Hey guys, Chris back here with you with the Blue Collar Success Group, doing one of my very favorite things I get to do, and that is to interview our vendor partners. Welcome to another Vendor Voice, where today we have Meg on with Ferguson. Meg, how are you doing today?
Doing great, Chris. How you doing?
Good. I'm doing much better than you. We were just chatting before we hopped on. It's cold where you're at. And even though a cold snap has come across the country, I think this is the one state where you can get four seasons all in the same state, in the state of Florida here. So good to have you on, Meg. Just super excited to be talking about Ferguson and the relationship and really how Ferguson can be a benefit to our members. So before we get going, Meg, I want to just say thank you for the partnership. Thank you for the relationship that we have with the Blue Collar Success Group through Elite Buy. And many of our vendors know just how powerful Ferguson is for their business as well. So what exactly is Ferguson? Maybe somebody doesn't know who you are. I couldn't imagine that would be the case, but tell me a little bit about who Ferguson is and what you guys do.
Yeah, absolutely. And before we kick off, I want to say thank you to you too. Thanks for having me. Thanks for the partnership. I want to make sure that's reciprocated.
Awesome.
But yeah, so Ferguson, we are a national wholesale distributor for plumbing and HVAC stuff. We have, just millions of different SKUs, getting from thousands of different vendors and manufacturers. We are big in the plumbing and HVAC distribution.
Okay, well, so HVAC plumbing distributor of not only parts, but also of equipment as well. You guys also handle
Yep,
equipment, is that right?
we do. We do.
Okay.
And on the HVAC, on the equipment side, we work with Train, Ream, Goodman, uh, Carrier. Most of the large equipment manufacturers.
Wow. Okay, cool. Well, some of our members may know this for on the HVAC side that Goodman, Daikin, Amana is one of our vendor partners from the manufacturer side. So there's an opportunity there as a member. Remember, membership has its privileges, and if we're buying in a market because Ferguson is in your market, then obviously there's an opportunity to kind of what we call double dip. Speaking of Ferguson, I think, and I don't know, Meg, if I'm way out of line here, but I think you guys are probably one of the largest distributors across North America, aren't you?
We are the largest wholesale distributor in the country. Yep. So
In the,
we've
and
got. Mhm.
And so large markets, small markets. I mean, obviously it doesn't mean you're in every city across North America, but maybe talk a little bit about that. What is your idea targets
Yeah.
of where you guys go for?
Yeah. So I mean, we are in every market. We have 1,800 locations throughout the United States, and we are within 50 miles of 96% of the population. And if
Wow.
you are in that 5% where we're not, that's fine. We would still love to work with you because we have our own fleet of trucks, and we're on the road constantly delivering those orders that y'all need.
Sure, man. I'm sure that's a pretty well organized machine when you start thinking about serving that many people across North America. And just so I know, Meg, I don't even know the answer to this. Do you guys service Canada as well?
We don't, not under the Ferguson name. So we
Okay.
have our sister company, Wosley, is what is in
Okay.
Canada.
Okay. Awesome. I know we've got some members that are up on the northeast or on the southeast side of Canada. I say northeast America, southeast Canada, in that Toronto area in that market. So I just want to make sure that we cover off on that. Well, let's talk a little bit about Ferguson, not just being what I'm going to call a parts warehouse, right? That's what most everybody would say. It's our warehouse, the parts warehouse. Got to run down to pick some parts up. But what do you feel like, Meg, makes Ferguson to be such a good fit for contractors?
Yeah. So I think first and foremost, our associates are going to be, the best thing, what we have going for us. We are a business that relies heavily on relationships, and our culture is based on forming those relationships and growing those relationships by treating our customers right and making sure that we are giving best in class customer service.
Okay, well, that's music to my ears, and many of our members will know we often say this here at Blue Collar as well, that relationships over revenue, right? I've heard somebody else
Absolutely.
say it this way: relationships over results, and meaning that at the end of the day, Megan, I'll say this: we are people that are in the people business, right? We're a
Yes.
people business that's in the people business, and when I think about that. I think about it many a times. I've went into parts places where I didn't have accounts, and how, sometimes you just don't get treated like an actual valued customer. And that's music to my ears to say that you guys are focused on the culture and the experience that we get.
Yep.
Um, for those that are out there and you're thinking like what really matters, and Meg, most people say, I got a guy, right? That's what they all say, like, oh my God, down at for me there were certain distributors that are here local in my market that I use, but I could call those people,
Hmm.
right? I could talk to them. They're willing to help me, not just in front of them, but over the phone as well. So that support I know would mean a lot to our members as well. Speaking of that, HVAC plumbing is the dominant, but one of the things that maybe I think we probably should talk about is, because we're all talking about the same gadgets and widgets, but you guys also have your own line of brands that Ferguson owns as well. Maybe talk a little.
We, one of the what's the benefit there, right? The benefit to the contractor. The benefit to the contractors is that homeowners aren't going to be able to shop them when they are using our brand. Um, so that's number one.
Okay,
Um,
hang on, wait. So
yeah,
instead of, because I know exactly where our members are right now. You know what Meg's talking about, where they found the faucet or the toilet or the thermostat, and we're not material sellers. It's not like we sell material. We sell a service that goes with the material, and you got your homeowner or your customer that's Googling the parts and looking at the
exactly.
cost of that part online, or the faucet or the fixture or the toilet or whatever it is. And then they're looking at their invoice going, I don't understand the difference in the gap. So, Meg, maybe explain a little bit more when you say your own brands, how that's a benefit.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, because it eliminates their ability to Google. So, I'll give you an example. We have our I'm trying to think. So we have our own line of faucets and fixtures, right? So if you have to go in and you have to replace a faucet and you use one from the Ferguson uh, own brand family, then that is going to be the only place they're going to be able to find it is Ferguson.
Hmm.
So, and they're not going to get the contractor pricing. They're anything that they would pull up online would be more than what you would be paying.
Hmm. Gotcha. So there's another advantage right there of having, which, I'm a big fan of that as well. Sometimes homeowners have a certain brand in mind, and sometimes they don't. And I know contractors as well. You as a contractor are saying to yourself right now, but we like our brand of faucets and fixtures and toilets or whatever. But I mean, it's much more than that maybe. So maybe Meg, tell me a little bit about some of the things that you guys do carry from like your own brand product.
Yep. So we've got several different brands underneath the Ferguson family of brands. So for on the rough plumbing side, we've got ProFlo, and that's going to have fittings, that's going to have pumps, that's going to have all of that rough stuff.
Mhm.
On the HVAC side, we're also going to have um, our brand Durastar, which is a complete line of unitary and residential unitary and ductless equipment. Um, to support that, ProSelect is our HVAC supplies line. Um, Armatech is going to have safety stuff and PPE. And then I'm trying to think, Raptor going to have tools.
Oh,
Um,
wow. So tools as well.
tools,
Interesting.
yep. And then Signature Hardware would have kind of that more high-end decor aesthetic for finished plumbing stuff.
Okay, so faucets, fixtures, things of that nature.
Lighting, yep.
Oh, lighting as well. Wow. Okay.
and like, cabinet pulls and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean,
Oh,
and
wow. So you could almost do like a full kitchen remodel, bathroom remodel with all of your brands, and that talks to our plumbing, HVAC, and electrical companies as well.
yeah, and the nice thing is that, so we own the supply chain, from start to finish with this. And because of that, we have a say in the quality of the materials. So you're getting higher quality material products at a lower price because because they're not necessarily branded. And it's we stand behind that with the full weight of our name and our commitment to customer service with those.
Wow. Okay. Good. Well, that, obviously for everybody else that's listening here to that, think about the ability to have something that can't necessarily be picked up at a Home Depot or a Lowe's, high quality. And I heard you say a little bit more of the design as well. So like when you say cabinet pulls and things of that nature, I know everybody likes the kind of the latest and greatest finishes and things of that nature. Do you guys really focus on that as well?
Keeping up with the trends.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Wow. Interesting. That's definitely good to know. And so, what is it that you see that benefits our members for? And I know I got you off on I get all excited, Meg. I can't help it. I get all excited when I start thinking about possibilities and opportunities. But you were telling me about the benefits of your own brands. So one of them is obviously
Mhm.
select pricing on that as well.
Correct. Yep. Then
Great.
additionally, I think additionally, the ability, so we, with the own brand stuff, regardless of which brand you're doing, ProFlo, Durastar, any of them, it's going to come with their own set of experts in the field. So if there are any questions, if there are any technical questions on how to install a Durastar, mini split or unitary, then we have resources in the field available to you that can come out and help you, with any of the product training.
Oh wow. So you guys, it goes back to not just having products, but having experts at that. So it's not just product training. Do you guys also offer a technical support over the phone as well for those?
We do, yes.
Okay. All right, cool.
Yep.
So
And I think that's one of the, outside of our associates, I think that our commitment to being experts, serving experts, is also something that sets us apart too, because we have that training. We expect that our associates are able to provide that level of service and assistance to our customers.
interesting. Wow. Meg, I know you and I've spent a lot of time before talking a little bit about Ferguson, what you guys do, but what makes Ferguson such a standalone opportunity? I mean, I know you said like customer support and culture, but what are some other things of benefits of, let's just say today I'm buying from another distributor in town and maybe I'm happy with them. What might be some reasons why they might explore using you guys as maybe not switching their primary, but certainly looking at you guys as a secondary to start with, and maybe get a taste of what you guys do. What might be some reasons why they might consider adding you guys?
I think, I guess, again, outside of associates, I think the biggest reason would be the depth and breadth of the product that we carry.
Mhm.
Uh, and I know I mentioned this at the beginning, but over 1,000 vendors. We have about 1.5 million individual SKUs that we carry, able to source things from these partners globally. And a lot of times when other distributors or other supply houses aren't able to find something, we are able to, just
Mm,
leveraging this network.
mm. Yeah, and I'm going to say this to our members as well. I was pretty loyal to my suppliers, but I had a couple of suppliers that I kind of kept because one supplier only carries this manufacturer, another supplier carries this manufacturer, and that was really around on the electrical side was really around the switch gear. I need to be able to get that particular brand, but one of the things that I found, and this might be helpful for our members to understand, is just because you're buying most of or the majority of your product from one distributor doesn't mean not having additional relationships are not beneficial. Based on the coverage you guys are saying of where you guys are to local markets, you said, did you say within 50 miles usually of all the large populations?
50 miles of 90 within 50 miles of 95% of the country of
Wow.
the population. Yeah.
Wow.
But and just kind of to piggyback on that, Chris, 1,800 locations nationwide. We have two import centers, an East Coast and a West Coast import center, 11 distribution centers, five market distribution centers. And the value of the market distribution centers is that they support larger metropolitan areas so that with the, places with higher density aren't depleting the resources in the other distribution centers, that are serving a broader geography.
Yeah, yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. And Meg, once again, Ferguson. I mean, when I think of brands that have stood the test of time, how long have you guys been around? I don't even know the answer to that.
Um, 70 over 70 years.
Yeah, and this goes back to thinking about businesses that have been around for that long and the evolution of things that they went through from a technology to a distribution, having partners that you can count on that continue to build and understand, but also know what your needs are. And it goes back to what you just said, which is culture, right?
Yeah.
Culture and our people. And our members, I know, they know how valuable culture and people are to a relationship. And so, Meg, is there anything else today that you feel like would be super beneficial for us to make sure that we cover off on to make sure our members know about Ferguson, or anything coming up, or you guys
No,
have kind of in the back pocket you want to talk about?
nothing. I mean, just keep it on, man. We nothing, no big changes coming. But still looking to, still driving those relationships and that focus on customers.
Yeah, I know. Last time we met, you guys were talking a lot about your online portal and some things. Is that still that you have where I can literally
Mhm.
go online, find the part myself, so I don't necessarily have to call the location to see if they have it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And the nice thing about that is that it gives you, your pricing, so your account pricing. It's not going to be homeowner pricing or retail pricing. And
Mhm.
then from that, you are also able to, see what is in stock in your local store, what's in stock in all of our distribution centers, and then, see what's available at stores around you as well. So not only your closest one, but everything else in the district.
Well, especially for those that are more of a location where you have multiple spots where you service. I know many of you service larger territories, or I'm going to call larger territories, large service areas, and having potentially another Ferguson in the market across town that you could still go to without having to drive all the way across town to the other one. If you're in a large major metropolitan city, being able to check to see if I've got that. Uh, Part in before I head somebody over there, or if I call and I can't get somebody on the phone, always having that ability to check stock and inventory, which I think is pretty powerful. So, Meg, any kind of final thoughts on Ferguson before we depart here today?
No, just we appreciate the partnership. We appreciate that y'all let us do this. So thank you.
Awesome. Well, we're super grateful for this opportunity to get to know another vendor, HVAC plumbing contractors. Remember, membership does have its privileges, and if you want to know more about what the benefits are of Ferguson outside of what we talked about here today, then inside of the vault over on the left-hand side, you'll find Elite Buy. You're going to go down. Remember, those are categorized in alphabetical order, or also based on trade. You might be able to go down and find Ferguson there. You'll find Meg's content or a contact information you can find there in case you need to get a hold of her. Regardless of what's going on, you might be able to reach out to her. She might be able to help you kind of move things along. So, that being said, we cannot have a vendor voice without wrapping on a fun facts finale. So, Meg, I'm going to hit you with a couple of rapid fire questions for our audience to get to know you really quick. Promise not to embarrass you. We're going to have some fun with this. Just out of curiosity, Meg, are you a karaoke person, or is it no karaoke?
I've never done karaoke before.
Oh, then we know we're not going to be able to ask that question. If you could only eat one food forever, what is it?
Oh, Probably my grandmother's. It's my grandmother's fried chicken.
Grandma's fried chicken. You know what? There is something about a grandma's fried chicken that's always there. It's always on point. If you had to delete all but three apps from your phone, which would you keep outside of phone call, text message, and email? What other three apps would you keep?
What I keep? Okay, I would keep Spotify.
Okay.
Hold on, let me look at
Gotta
my
have the
phone.
music, gotta have the music and the podcast, right?
Spotify, the Sephora app, um,
Sephora. Yeah, gotta have that.
and oh gosh, uh, TikTok.
TikTok. You heard it right there. One social media app, and it was TikTok is gonna happen. You know what? You can get sucked into TikTok for hours on end. My kids,
That it's
Meg,
awful.
my kids will send me these videos they want me to watch, and they're a younger generation, so they're more of a TikTok, Snapchat, and those kind of things. And they send me these funny videos. And the next thing you know, and this is the beautiful thing that TikTok has done from marketing, is once that video plays, then another one plays right behind it. And if you're watching a funny video, you get another funny video and another funny
Yes,
video and
I've
somebody
lost
told me the
hours.
other plus, yeah, next thing you know, you're an hour and a half in, you're like, oh my
Yep.
gosh, I've been sucked in. Okay, this is going to be a good one. If you could instantly become an expert in any sport that you've never played, which one would you choose?
Any sport I've never played. Cricket.
Cricket. I was just talking with someone. Uh, Interesting fact. I was just talking with someone just over the weekend that's from Bermuda,
Uh-huh.
and the island of Bermuda that's off the coast out to the east in the Atlantic. I didn't know this, but for 2 days, Bermuda shuts down
Oh, no way.
because cricket is such a major sport there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Uh,
like it's also really complicated too,
it's
right?
more
Like
than
I mean
just
like
it's not baseball. It is not
right,
baseball.
yeah, like and like so I feel like, if I'm going to be an expert, why not be an expert in something that is complicated?
Question for you. If you could pick a theme song that plays every time you walk into a room, what song would it be?
More Than a Feeling by Boston.
More Than a Feeling by Boston. You heard that. All right, great. So while we're on that one, if you were a professional wrestler, what would your entrance music be?
Mm, oh gosh, I don't know.
Said number one, Chris, I'm not going to be a professional wrestler, and that's just how that's going to
Well, I
go.
was trying to think of a Taylor Swift song. Um, yeah, I just yeah, but I no, I
Not
don't know.
gonna
I am
wrestle.
impressed.
Well, let's go here. If you could eliminate one household chore from existence, which one would you choose?
Dusting.
Dusting. Ooh, that is a big chore when I think about that.
And it's
And
just it's nonstop, man.
it's never
Nonstop.
ending. Yeah.
Mm,
Like we can wipe a countertop off and it'll stay clean until you use it again.
right. But I
Dust is
mean,
like that finicky thing that you can just
especially if
never
you
make
got
away.
pets, man.
Which yes, we have dogs and so
Me
yeah.
too. Yep.
Um Great. All right, I'm gonna hit you with this one, and this one ought to be pretty fun. What's the worst fashion trend you've ever participated, and at that time you actually thought it looked good?
Oh man, take anything from like 2007,
Okay.
2000. Oh, it was okay. It has to be like there was a there was a time there where we would wear business casual outfits like out to like the bars and to to clubs. Like it's like I mean it has to, if y'all are in my generation, so like you've been in college in like 2007, then and if you were not going out to the clubs in like a blazer and like a skirt, I don't know.
Okay.
We had
I,
very different existences then.
well, I'm gonna date myself, and I'm gonna just be curious. I'd be curious how many people experience this one. But for me, I'm going to jump in. I usually don't answer these questions, but one of the worst fashion trends you ever participated in, actually thought it looked good at the time. I'm a quite a bit older than you, Meg, so I'm gonna go there, but it was tight rolling your jeans. Do you even know what that is?
I think so. I think
Uh,
so.
Okay. So for
Yes.
those that aren't aware, you should go Google that. Just go check it out. Tight roll in your jeans. And a lot of times people would wear penny loafers with it on top of that.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, yeah, there you go.
Now,
So
were you sporting the penny loafers, Chris?
Meg, if you looked at me, would you think I was a penny loafer kind of guy?
That's why I need to know. That's why
I
it needs to
just
be on the record for the folks.
okay. Well, on the record for members and vendors, put this on everything. I've never in my entire life owned a pair of penny loafers.
Okay. Well, you saved
Not
yourself
saying
there.
that, by the way, let me say this. I was just at a Christmas party this past weekend. That'll tell you about what time of year it is that we're recording this. I was just at a Christmas party this past weekend and I watched somebody with a suit, tie, straight dress, and penny loafers. Hey,
Mm.
I think they're making a comeback. You know what
Uh,
they say? What is old is
cyclical.
new, and what is new is
Fashion is
old.
cyclical. Yep.
There you go. All right, great. Well, Meg, thank you so much for joining us here for another Vendor Voice and having Ferguson be represented here. Remember to be on the lookout for additional vendor voices to help you become more educated about our vendors that are a part of the Elite Buy program. And remember, membership does have its privileges, so you can find what those privileges are located in the vault under the Elite Buy tab. Until next time, you take care and be well. Hey, I just want to say a big thank you and a shout out for watching this video and subscribing and investing in yourself by taking the opportunity to get more information. Do us a favor, if you like the video, just tap that like button. But if you love the video, smash that button and tell us in the comments. Remember, you're either learning or you're winning.